Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. So, Blair Cobbs widely outpoints Adrien Broner. This is Broner's fifth defeat, all on points. I had this fight 98-91. There was a knockdown in the second round in favour of Cobbs. And to be honest, this was Broner's third fight in 5.5 years, and it showed. He came in looking out of shape. He's 34 now. He was very soft around the middle. Apparently he had a lot of weight to lose. He last fought a year ago against Bill Hutchinson, won a 10-round decision. Before that, he fought, I think, in February or March 2021 against Giovanni Santiago, won a 12-round decision. But look, the guy, we all know he's sort of pissed away a lot of his talent. And it's a shame. And he didn't do anything in this fight of any significance. Cobbs came in looking in shape. Very, very confident, smiling throughout the fight. And they didn't look like fake smiles either. He wasn't trying to convince himself. He was actually enjoying himself in there. Very, very busy with his fists. And Broner, the one thing that Broner does well is cut the ring off, because although it was a small ring, but he was cutting the ring off, but he just doesn't let his hands go. I mean, his footwork's good because he doesn't follow the guy around. He'll actually, use his presence to sort of put concerted, consistent pressure on an opponent, but he just doesn't let his hands go. And, the first round was what it was. Cobbs won it on industry, output. Then in the second round, it was more of the same until Cobbs is a southpaw, Broner's orthodox. Cobbs landed a backhand left, very powerful punch, caught Broner bang on the jaw and splashed Broner all over the canvas. He was sort of fell backwards onto his side, and he was flailing around. His mouthpiece came out, and it looked like Cobbs could finish him. Cobbs went after him and almost emptied the tank. In fact, he was fine for the rest of the fight, but he landed some huge volleys of punches. It was really quite shocking. You were thinking, don't burn yourself out here, but he didn't. But Broner survived it, and Broner, I mean, when you think all the way back to the Maidana fight, he was in some serious trouble, but he gutted it out. He's floored twice in that fight heavily, but managed to last the distance, and he did it with this. And in fact, even though Cobbs was winning the rounds, when we got to the sort of 6th, 7th round, Broner was coming on a little bit more. He was narrowing the gap a bit more, letting his hands go a bit more. He was landing some decent individual punches. But Cobbs was still busy. Cobbs was still letting the hands go, moving well, slipping and sliding. Occasionally his guard would be a little bit loose, but it didn't seem to really matter, not against Broner, because he just wasn't punching enough. This is Cobbs' second win since his March 2022 defeat to Alexis Rocha. He got stopped in 9 rounds. That was a 10-rounder as well. This was a 10-rounder. And even in that fight against Rocha, he was very busy. He's a very, very busy fighter in terms of output. He lets the hands go. He came back and outpointed former champ Maurice Hooker over 10 rounds. But that was a long time ago. That was August 2022. So neither of these guys has been busy. This was a Don King show. Whether either of them got paid or not, I don't know. I wouldn't like to guess. But this is a good win. It's a good win for Cobbs. And he looked good doing it. And he's also 34. So both these guys are, you can argue they're past their physical prime, maybe a little bit. But Cobbs has kept himself in shape. I mean, he's 17 wins with 10 KOs. There's just that one defeat to Rocha. And he's got the height as well, because he's 5'11", which is a good height for a welterweight. And he moves well. He really moves well. He's got some skills, Cobbs. Has he left it too late to make a run for a title shot? Well, I don't know how much sway Don King has got these days. Don, of course, is 92, 93, and looks it as well. I mean, Bob Arum looks in reasonably good shape for the same age, but Don walks with a walker, and he's when you see him, his cognitive ability doesn't really seem to be particularly good. Who runs Don King promotions now? I don't know, but can they get Blair Cobbs a title fight? I don't know. I don't know what the situation is contractually, but what I do know is Cobbs in the final rounds, even though Broner was coming on stronger and was looking for one punch essentially. Cobbs took it. Cobbs soaked it all up. managed to continue to land his own punches. A lot of punches were being blocked. Broner had a permanently high guard. He really did. Throughout the entire fight, just walking forward, like the mummy in those old, horror films. That's all from the 60s and 50s and 60s. But Cobbs, I mean, I gave Broner a couple of rounds. They could have gone to Cobbs too. They were very, very close rounds, definitely swing rounds. And by the end of the bell, there was no doubt who'd won, and that was Blair Cobbs. So he's got a chance. He'd be a good voluntary defence for someone, no doubt about it. But will he get the opportunity? I don't know. I'm not so sure. As for Broner, come on, man. It's been over for a long time, hasn't it? If you don't live the life, when you get into your mid-30s, it's all over. And he looks so soft around the middle. And, yeah, what might have been a 4-time world champ, 4-division world champ. Oh, hey, yeah, all right, mate. So, yeah, what did you think? Did you see this fight? It was actually, it wasn't particularly entertaining. It was okay. The knockdown was exciting, and there were some good skills on display from Cobbs, I thought. But what did you think? Let me know what you think. If you've got an opinion, I'll have a look at your comments and maybe answer them. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also hit the like button if you don't mind, because that helps the channel out a lot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Weekend is here, and I will catch you later. Bye for now.